Good morning everyone. Today I will be introducing our topic when technology and humanity cross. Technology has become an inseparable part of human life. From smartphones and artificial intelligence to robotics and biotechnology, scientific and technological advancements continue to transform how people live, communicate, work, and make decisions. While these developments offer convenience, efficiency, and innovation, they also raise serious ethical, social, and human rights concerns. As technology becomes more powerful, the question arises: how can we ensure that scientific progress benefits humanity without harming human dignity, freedom, and well-being? Let's first discuss about the human rights-based approaches to science and technology. And what is the meaning of human rights-based approach? The human rights-based approach to science and technology ensures that develop ensures that technological development respects, protects, and fulfill the fundamental of human rights. So, so meaning of human rights-based approach, instead nga mag-focus sila on the innovation and the profit of economy or efficiency. This upcome this approach places human dignity, equality, and justice at the center of technological advancement. So, bahala ko no technological development. Ang human dignity, justice, and equality magstay lang gihapon siya while ang technology is gaanam o ka-advance. Human rights stays where is it in place, or kung asa gyud ang human rights diha lagi na siya permi, dili na siya mawala kasi pag naka-develop ang technology. And science and technology must serve human needs, reduce inequality, and avoid harm and discrimination, and be accessible to all people. So, science and technology. So, kini sila dapat jud ginaservan kita mga tao, dili sila dapat kung silbi magamit ginato siya in a proper way ang technology. And dili gid siya dapat dili ma-develop ang inequality, and technology must be accessible for all people. And technology should empower individuals rather than control or exploit them. So, ang technology dapat daw kita mga tao ang mag-control. So, dili dapat ang technology ang mag-control sa mga tao, kundi ang tao ang mag-control mismo sa technology. Okay, so the next one, we are done. We are now done discussing the human rights-based approaches to science and technology. So now let's move on to the core human rights involved in technology. So there are four core human rights involved in technology, and that is the right to life and safety, right to privacy, right to equality and non-discrimination, and the last one is the right to access information and technology. So how does the right to life and safety guarantees in core human rights? So, technologies such as medical devices and transportations must not lead to must not lead or endanger human lives, because unsafe automation or unsafe so, unsafe automation or misuse of technology might lead to serious harm if mamali siya paggamit. So right to privacy. Digital technologies collect massive amounts of personal data. So the rights to privacy, this one is muli siya ang kanang create og massive protection sa imong own information and the personal data and sa imong personal data. So your personal data and your own information is being protected by what we so called the right to privacy. So kini siya dili ni siya basta-basta kay through right to privacy dili mas spread imuhang information o personal data bisag asa in the help of technology. Okay, so now let's discuss the right to equality and non-discrimination. So technologies must not reinforce social inequalities. Kay because biased AI systems can discriminate based on race, gender, or economic status, and unequal access to technology widens the digital divide. And then next is the right to access information and technology. So everyone should benefit from technological progress, not only wealthy individuals or developed countries. Equal access to education, internet, and digital tools is essential for social development. So kining right to access information and technology, dili lang kay dapat nga kanang mga tao nga nay kanang alangan sa kinabuhi or kanang mga dato, mora na sila ang pwede nga nay access sa 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 technology o sa sa informations. So kita man tanan deserve kanang kita man tanan deserve siguro makakuha og kanang equal access sa education, internet o sa kanang mga essentials para nga kanang ma-develop ang atong balabad kuan para makabuhat ta og social development. So last one is the ethical responsibility of scientists and engineers. So scientists, engineers, and developers have a moral obligation to anticipate potential harms, design inclusive and fair technologies, be transparent and accountable, and then place human welfare above personal or corporate gain. So the ethical responsibility of scientists and engineers, kini sila dili jud kanang technology must always be guided by ethical principles, not just technical capability.
So let there be key documents and their principles that ensure the well-being of humans. So ang sulod ani is ang mga key documents and ang mga principles which is maoy maka-guide and improve sa mga people to how to use the science and technology. And the first one is Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or UDHR. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted in 1948, served as the foundation of global human rights. So kini nga dokumento is gihimo nga o giisip nga pundasyon aron maoy makausa sa makatabang sa mga tao sa paggamit sa science and technology. And it has the relevant principles. And the first one is the Article 1. All humans are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So ang mga tao kuno is nabuhi nga free ta sa ato ang kagustuhan, sa atong kagustuhan nga freedom, which is katong mga right, and equal ta sa mga dignity and mga rights sa atong palibot or community or sa atong mga katungod. And the next one is the Article 3. Everyone has right to life, liberty, and security. So kini ang napasabot nga ang matag tawo adunay katungod sa kinabuhi, kagawasan, which is liberty and seguridad. And the third one is the Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with privacy. So it means nga walay tao ang dapat hilabdan sa ilang pribado nga kinabuhi sa if walay saktong rason. So example of this is kanang other people who nga wala kayo kaila sa imuha and then gilabtan lang ka without for the reason or saktong rason, which is dili siya nahaom ani nga article. I mean kini Article 12. Kay kini na sa Article 12, it says nga dapat kato mga pribadong sa atong life na nga mga kuan panghitabo is dili siya dapat hilabtan sa kung walay saktong rason. And the last article was Article 27. Everyone has the right to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. So, ang tanan adunay katungod nga maka-benefits sa kalambuon o sa kalambuon sa science and technology. So, these principles emphasize that technological progress must respect human dignity and be shared fairly. So, kini nagpasabot nga ang teknolohiya kuno ug ang science kinahanglan nga mo respeto with dignity or dignidad sa tao nga patas ug mapuslan kini sa paggamit. So number 2, International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights or ICESCR. So this document highlights the right of individuals to benefit from scientific progress. So kini kuno nga dokumento sa number 2 is gina-highlight diri ang mga rights of individuals nga ilang benefits from scientific progress. And these are the key principles. So science and technology should improve living conditions, healthcare, education, and cultural development. So ang science and technology is kinahanglan nga makatabang kini sa pagpaayo sa atong kinabuhi, sa atong healthcare, sa atong education, and cultural development. So, governments are responsible for ensuring that technological advancements contribute to public welfare and customer service. So, ang gobyerno kuno is adunay responsibilidad na siguraduhon nga ang teknolohiya o science is makatabang kuno sa kaayuhan sa atong publiko. Panalitan na lang ani nga mo'y makatabang sa publiko is ang technology nga which is include diri ang paggamit sa military and security of home assistance. So, these technologies increase efficiency and productivity but also raise ethical and social concerns. So, ingon diri nga bisan kuno sa mga benefits person is benepisyo na sila dili ingon nga okay na like goods na pero aduna gyapon siya ethical or social concerns nga kinahanglan gihapon nga bantayan. So number 3, UNESCO recommendations on ethics of artificial intelligence. UNESCO or United Nations Education scientific and cultural organizations. UNESCO provides global guidance on ethical AI development. So ang UNESCO is gahatag og global nga giya para sa mga ethical development para sa AI. And these are the core principles include the first one is human oversight and responsibility. And kini kuno ang tao yapon ang mag-control sa AI and transparency and explainability. So klaro kung unsa paghitabo ang kuan sa AI. And then privacy and data protection. So protektado ang personal nga mga impormasyon. And then fairness and non-discrimination is walay discrimination nga mahitabo. And then sustainability and social benefit. So makatabang sa makatabang sa atoa sa mga people or nasa society o mga kalikuan kanang sa ato sulod sa society nga mga people. And these principles ensure that AI systems are human-centered, not human replacing. So ang tunong kani nga ani nga principles is mao ang AI ang mahimong human-centered o dili ipuli sa tao. So, number 4, Declaration on Bioethics and Human Rights. So this document focuses on bioethicology, biotechnology, and medical research. So kini kuno nga dokumento muni ang last nga documents atong mga key documents and their principles. And kini nga documents, last nga documents is kini ang dokumento nga naghisgot about sa mga bioethicology, technology, o mga medical research. And then, mo na yung mga importante nga mga principles. So, number 1 is informed consent. So, kinahanglan kabaluta og kabaluta mo uyon or kanang mo agree sa tao sa research or treatment. And then, the second one is respect for human vulnerability. So, kini is ato ko na panalipdan ang mga vulnerable nga grupo. And then, protection of future generations. So, kini is pagprotekta sa mga sunod nga generation or henerasyon. And then, social responsibility. Kini ang science nga dapat makatabang sa katilingban. And then, scientific research must prioritize human well-being over experimentation or profit. So, napasabot kini nga ang scientific research kuno is kinahanglan nga unahon ang kaayuhan sa tao kaysa sa pag-eksperimento or kwarta. So, in overall, is mo ni ang itong 1, 2, 3, 4. Mo ni sila ang mga documents nga naghatag og ethical o guidelines aron siguraduhon nga ang science o technology is ginagamit para sa kayuhan o kaluwasan sa mga dignity sa tanan mga tao.
Human and robots. Number 1. Rise of robots and artificial intelligence. Robots and AI systems are now used in healthcare, education, and manufacturing. So, number 2. Benefits of human-robot interaction. Healthcare and assistance. Robots help in surgeries, rehabilitation, elderly care, and disability support. They can improve quality of life and reduce human workload. So, ang robot ang robot karon ga-help na sila sa mga doktor and also the improve quality of life like ga-reduce sila sa mga buhatonon sa mga tao. So, workplace efficiency. Automation allows human to focus on creative, strategic, and emotional tasks while robots handle repetitive labor. Safety. Robots can perform dangerous tasks such as a disaster response, mining, and space exploration. So, number 3, ethical concerns and challenges. Job displacement. Automation may replace human workers leading to unemployment and economic inequality. So, mga uban nga workers karon ginakuan na, nangawala na ang uban kay rely na sila uban sa mga automatic. So, loss of human control. Over-reliance on AI can reduce human decision-making and accountability. So, ang uban tao kay dili na kay ga trabaho since nanay mga automatic karon nga AI and more responsibility. If a robot cause harm, who is responsible? The developer, user, or machine? So, ang responsible gid ana is kita. And lastly, emotional and social impact. So, human-robot relationship may affect human empathy, social skills, and emotional development.
Number 4. Should robots have rights? Robots do not possess consciousness, emotions, or moral responsibility. Therefore, robots should not have human rights. Humans must remain accountable for robotic actions. Robots should always serve human interests. Technology must never replace human values or moral judgment. Number 5, the future of humans and technology. The future depends on balance. Technology should support human growth, strengthen social connection, respect ethical boundaries, and lastly, promote global well-being. So human must guide technology, not the other way around.